Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a bit of a rarity, a Sunday lunchtime game between Nottingham Forest and Swansea, a midday kickoff. We will be here for the next couple of hours watching along this game. I would love for you to join us and get involved in the fun. Remember, the Sunday games have been rare because of this crazy run of fixtures we've been on. I don't think we get one next week. It's been that they've wanted all the fixtures to be done by a Saturday so everyone can get ready for the Tuesday, Wednesday grind that continues on in the Championship this season. So looking forward to this one. Please let yourself be known if you're in the comments. Let me know if you're a fan of either Forest or Swansea. And either way, let me know your score predictions and we will have a look at all of the stats and tables and teams before we get to the game. Before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our live watch-along sponsor, who is Charlie, 30 years a loyal royal. Here's to many more. If you want to support Charlie's fundraising efforts for the doctors treating him, you can do so. www.depop.com/ReadingFan21. And if you want to support me and the channel, we are now over 13,300 subscribers, which is wonderful. Always good when it goes up another 100. We're moving steadily and slowly, but that's fine as long as we keep growing. Please hit that subscribe button, and you can also support via Super Chat during this broadcast. You can subscribe on Patreon, some extra content over there each week. You can buy something from the Teesprings store, T-shirts, mugs, phone cases, hoodies, jumpers, etc. But the easiest thing to do is hit that subscribe button, and that is kind of the most helpful thing you can do as well. We'll get to your comments in a little bit. Let's have a look at the state of play going into this game. We'll just we'll have a quick peruse of the results from yesterday and the league table. We'll see where that leaves Forest and Swansea, and then we'll have a look at the teams and your comments. So yesterday, or rather on Friday, we did it as a watch along. Brentford 2, Rangers 1. And then the early kickoff yesterday was Reading 3, Bristol City 1. And then the 3 o'clocks, Huddersfield 3, Borough 2, Topsy-Turvy won that one. Derby 1, Wycombe 1, the archetypal unhelpful draw between two teams down the bottom. Cardiff 4, Luton 0, pressure reliever for Neil Harris. Rotherham 2, Bournemouth 2, good result for the Millers there. Bournemouth slowing down a little bit at the top. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1, Rovers clicking into gear nicely. Norwich 1, Coventry 1, late equaliser from Coventry, but a load of injured players for Norwich. Birmingham 0, Millwall 0, the predictable draw we expected, and also Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 0. We had Rowett and Karanka and Pulis and O'Neill on the same day. Watford 4, Preston 1, which takes us to our Sunday game. That is Nottingham Forest versus Swansea. And with that being said, let's have a look at the two teams. Remember, as I always get comments on this, this is the sofa score projection of what they think the teams will be. If they're wrong, write them a strongly worded letter. We'll try and give an insight into whether we think they are right or wrong. They often are. They're sometimes wrong, which is the only time people comment on them. In goal for Forest, Samba, Krissy, Figueiredo, McKenna and Ribeiro, starting to look a bit more like a Lamucci back four from last season, with Samba in goal and Figueiredo and Ribeiro in there. Colback and Yates is a fairly staunch double pivot there in terms of stopping the opponents. The three off the front, if indeed it works that way, and you could get an old school 4-4-2 there if Guerrero goes up front with Taylor. But let's call it a 4-2-3-1. Amiobi off the left, Knockaert off the right, Guerrero, will he be a 10? Will he be a striker? Who knows? Lyle Taylor is up top. Still no Lewis Grabban. Look at that Forest bench, though. Lots of options on there. Yanu hasn't found his way back into the team after the red card at Luton. Jenkinson, another fullback. So, a young centre-half. Arter, experienced central midfielder. Cafu, not that one. Lolly, excellent player. Swan and Myton. So, a little bit of inexperience done there, particularly with Swan and Myton. Obviously, So is a young player as well, although he obviously has played in a couple of countries and in a very high-ranking Champions League game, if I recall correctly. For Swansea, Woodman in goal. Norton Bennett Guay makes his return into the team there. No Cabango in there today. Don't know whether that's a rest or what. Let me know in the comments if you know better than me. Roberts, right wing back. Bidwell, left wing back. Smith and Grimes. They've got Jay Fulton as a number 10. I'm pretty sure that he won't be. And that'll be a midfield 3, which will be needed to compete with Colback and Yates in those positions there for Nottingham Forest. Up top, Lowe and Ayew. He's still trying to solve the forward positions there at Swansea. Gyökeres on loan hasn't really worked out or been used yet. Cullen's been tried. Ayew, fantastic player, not really a striker. Lowe, a winger. So could still probably do with a striker. That Rhian Brewster shaped hole from last season. He was up top for the Swans as they made it to the playoffs pretty much at the expense of Forest, wasn't it? Swansea nicking in at the last minute, capitalising on that collapse by Forest. On the bench, Cabango, Manning, Danda, Palmer, Routledge, Cullen, Garrick, Gyökeres. Bit of strength on the bench there as well, I think, for Swansea. They're particularly Cabango, Manning, and Palmer, all decent championship level players. Manning and Palmer, maybe more so for QPR, and Palmer for a couple of teams on loan before Bristol City. So a little bit of strength, I think, there. Let's take a quick look at the live league table. There's only one game to go, so we can be fairly sure how a lot of this is going to pan out. The upside for Swansea, who have a good defence and a +7 goal difference, is they could land on 26 points with a win. A 2-goal win would put them up to 3rd by my mathematics there, above Watford. So it could be a good day for the Swans today if they can win by a couple. Obviously, a draw pops them up into 5th, and a defeat, they'll stay exactly where they are in 7th. For Forest, they could jump up above Rotherham and Coventry into 19th, which would then give us, I've talked about the parachute cartel at the top. It would then give us last year's 3 League One teams in 20th, 21st and 22nd, with only Wednesday and Derby below them. Don't know if we call that a cartel, but certainly a pattern emerging, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you like to know? Right, let's have a look at a couple of comments. Then we'll look at Bits' bet going into this one. Come on, you Reds. They robbed us. Now it's revenge. Stormy is obviously remembering the back end of last season. Cods Vlogs is here. Go follow him. Great Fleetwood vlogger. As always, happy to give him a plug on here. Noah is here. Liam is here, going for a 1-1. There's a lot of money on the draw. There's a lot of money on under 2.5 goals in this game. With that being said, should we just quickly go to Bits' bet? We'll have a little look at what the Bitsmeister has come up with here. Quite a long odds one by the look of the potential returns there. Both teams to score, 5 corners each, and 20 plus booking points each team. So that's 2 bookings per team. So if you want to follow that, jump on that now. I think that's over on Sky Bet. Both teams to score, 5 corners apiece, and 2 bookings each per team's looking for an event for one. Remember to gamble responsibly. Do not chase your losses and don't bet more than you can afford. James is here. I think the Swans will win 2-0. As a Leeds fan, I still miss the championship. Of course you do, James. Getting Leeds, says All Things Leeds TV. Chris says, Steve Cooper, best manager in the championship. Discuss. That might be a good one for half-time, that, Chris. Certainly done a very good job since he's been down here with not the investment other managers have got. His teams play good football, seemingly punch above the weight, don't they? So I think Daniel Farker might have a shout in there, given his championship success. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Neil Warnock. Over the years, his shout would be high on that. But yeah, maybes. Forest's fullbacks are suspect defensively. We will find out. Christie and Ribeiro, Liam will talk about. How solid are Swansea at the back, asks Noah, or maybe he's telling us because they are very solid at the back. 8 goals conceded means that is, in fact, a league high after Borough conceding 3 yesterday. So they are the most solid team at the back we can have. Various bits, lots of cards, lots of corners, goals. Well, he's only gone for both teams to score bits, hasn't he? So it could still be the under 2.5 we expect. But if it's 1-1, then all is well with our bits bet. 0-2 Swans, says Carl. Swans only conceding 0.8 per game. Interesting. Forest will win 3-0, says Blow22. For a prediction, we asked for your predictions. Better times ahead for Houghton and Forest, but Swansea too strong, I think. Definitely agree with the better times ahead for Houghton and Forest. Let's just bring the table up. A couple of difficult games. Look, 2 defeats back to back, but they're just under a point per game at the moment. You can see them being nicely over that, and I do think that will be I think 46 will be enough this season. So, yes, agreed on that. Ben, have you seen Forest next few games might be in the relegation zone by Christmas? Yes, we did an entire video on that, James, whether everyone will be trending up and down before Christmas. And Forest was a tricky one. Morning to Lee. QPR Forever is here, going for a 2-1 to the Swans. Bits is already get ready to cash out. What's a booking point? Bits will correct me. I believe there is 10 booking points for every yellow card received. So 20 booking points would be 2 yellow cards for each team. Lee says, I'm deflecting, but well-known reporter Paul Walker said, back home from Hillsborough, in all my years covering football matches, that is quite possibly the worst I've seen. Pulis getting in the mud already, muck and bullets. Right. Looking forward to this one. Lyle Taylor's already chit-chatting. Who to, I wonder. He loves a bit of a sledge during the game, does Lyle Taylor. We are going to get a minute's silence, no doubt, for Diego Maradona. El Diego, who died, I think, was it on Thursday, the 25th, my dad's birthday. It was indeed the same day as George Best. There is a picture of Diego at the 1986 World Cup. No doubt his finest hour. Their apologies as ever if anyone is offended about me talking through the minute's silence or the minute's applause. We are broadcasting. I obviously respect the life and work of Diego Maradona, and I'm just going to keep the broadcast going. Oh, there is Steve Hodge. Wow, of course, Steve Hodge was the player who hooked the ball up in the air before Maradona scored the infamous Hand of God goal in that incredible quarter-final, wasn't it, at the Azteca Stadium. Also scored what was voted the goal of the century in the same game did Maradona. Donna. Chris says to Lee about boring games. He wasn't at Birmingham yesterday. Yes, we did have Pulis versus O'Neill and Karanka versus Rowett on the same day. Blow says, I want new teams in the playoffs, not the usual. Who have we got at the moment? Watford, Reading, Bristol City, Brentford. I suppose the usual would be over the past few years. Definitely Derby, wouldn't it? Swansea were in there last season. Brentford were in there last season. They're both up there again. Hey, in the words of Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, you can always get what you want. That was not very tuneful. Here we go. Kick off at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest versus Swansea. Get settled in. Get your comments during the game as we go. If you want to hear me instead of Keith Andrews, then turn down the volume. If you want to sync up with me, I will tell you exactly as I hit the 1 minute mark, so you'll know exactly how many seconds you are ahead or behind, and you can either pause me or you can pause the TV coverage. Knockout has it edge of the box. He plays it forward to Guerrero. It goes back to Figueiredo, and Amiobi gets the cross in. Taylor, and it's going to be cleared by Mark Guehi. Out it goes. Christie's got it. So if you want a timestamp, coming up for 1 minute in 3, 2, 1, now at 1 minute, if you want to line your broadcast up with what we are doing here. Let's have a look at some more comments. Afternoon, Ben. I think Forest 1-1. Houghton gets Forest higher in the league. He's a proven record for years. Agree on the last point, and 1-1 doesn't sound a bad bet. I share my birthday with Ron Howard of Happy Days fame and the great film director. Indeed. Christie has it down the right wing. Danny says, thoughts on 3 parachute teams being first, second and third. Danny, I think you know my thoughts on it, but it does tell us that normally if there's no chaos at parachute teams, I'm talking about loads of players going in and out, managerial changes, etc. We know that those teams are very powerful. And particularly in COVID times, it seems more so this season. Bit predictable, but what you're going to do. Could I see Barnsley getting in the playoffs? Hey, it's the Championship. Good attacking players, Barnsley. Seemingly another reasonable manager in there. Of course, anyone gets on a run, away they go. Long one forward into the channel for Low to chase. A bit of a messy start, hence why I'm in and amongst the comments. I'm back, Big Ben. Nice. I'm not very big, but I'm glad you're back. Liam says 4-4-2 for Forest. I will have a double check of that. But we were talking about, Guerrero is a striker. We'll check his heat map, but he may get up and involved with Lyle Taylor up the top end. McKenna plays that out wide to Ribeiro. A left back wearing number 5, not one for the traditionalists there. Nice little quick passing from Swansea to get it to Ayew on the halfway line. Ayew tries to play into the channel. I think Robert stopped his run because he thought he was offside. Ayew, who I predict will be in a lot of people's Championship team of the season when we get to the end. One of the top players in the division. Harry Redknapp for next Ipswich manager. Not sure about that, but we'll take a change at the moment, us Ipswich fans, won't we? Knockout, nice ball out wide to Ribeiro. Can Houghton get Knockout playing like Parker couldn't? Into the box, Guerrero tries to flip it past his man. He's still got the ball, lays it back to Christie. Good crossing position this. Christie gets the cross over to the back post. Headed centrally, Lyle Taylor's in there. Good header there by Kyle Norton, not the tallest of centre-backs. And Lyle Taylor is good in the air, but Norton does very well to get the header clear. Here come Forest again. Decent little attacking phase by them. We know Swansea do have the best away record in the division. Sorry, best away record, best defensive record in the division. And Forest are managed by Houghton, so we would expect some good defensive work in this one. Do I bet? I used to a lot, and I had to stop. So that will probably answer your question on that one. Taylor, out it goes to Amiobi. Amiobi trying to run past 2, and he has done. Good play by Amiobi. Near post. Lyle Taylor just got a flick on that on the near post. I think that Woodman was beaten by that one, possibly. It just goes wide of the post. A good play by Amiobi. Classic example of 2 defenders getting in each other's way there. Taylor, yeah. Woodman sprawling for that one. Little bit more pace. Little bit better direction, if buts and maybes. Lovely flick, actually. Just spinning away from goal. Woodman is sprawling. Good start by Forest, who are on top, I would suggest, in the first 5. Bournemouth, Watford have been promoted together in 14-15, relegated together in 19-20. Are we talking Norwich as well? If all 3 get promoted, they are 3 twin siblings. Could happen. Could well happen. Nice 90s vibe with the shirt. Absolutely. It's got wooden buttons as well, Lee. Nice little touch, I thought, as well. Headed clear there by Krissy. And Knockout gets a little push in the back from Matt Grimes. Where is the PSG kid? He's on the bench. Expensive signing for Forest. Loic Mbe-So. Last days of the Lamucci reign. Probably one of the last signings, in fact. No, actually, there was still like another 4 after, probably, wasn't it? It was crazy at Forest, that window. On the bench. Development project? Possibly. Who knows with Marianakis and Forest recruitment this past summer. Ayew, Grimes. Grimes comes inside. Guay, nice ball through the lines to Lowe. Doesn't get anywhere, though, because he plays it him back. Guerrero just dropping off Lyle Taylor there. Roberts slides that into Ayew. Danger when Ayew gets the ball. However, he blasts it over the top there. He holds his hand up. He knows that wasn't up to his very high standards and apologises to the runner on the far side there. Andre Ayew. I think he gets a pass probably from most Swansea fans after the excellent work he has done. Tremendous. Carl says, had 22 bets yesterday, won nothing. There you go. Afternoon, Ben Bro. Lovely game yesterday. Loved the analysis. Thank you, sir. I assume that's Mickey Leeds talking about... we just got a quick review out of Everton Leeds ahead of Dearly Departed because I knew I would have got tweets about it, keeping the Leeds fans waiting on that one. So got that one done ahead. That will just be placed into the Dearly Departed review on Tuesday. But you should still watch if you are a Leeds fan. Shame about Luke Freeman not even making the bench for Forest. Fallen out of favour or injured? I'm not sure. Noah. He has started games under Houghton. Obviously, with Noah's QPR persuasion, Freeman was just superb for QPR, wasn't he? Playing off the left-hand side under Steve McLaren. So, yeah, interesting that he's not being used. I would have thought a player of his quality. But then Joe Lolly is not being used in this game. So, Forest, despite their league position, have a very nice squad, I will say. We'll get on the water today. 2 streams, a lot of talking to do. Be back at 7 p.m. for the Championship review. Obviously can't tidy things up in the Championship until all the games are completed. What's happened to Reading? Reading have come good over the last 2 games, haven't they? After the 4-game losing streak. 4 points from the last 2. So good to see from a Reading perspective, a bit of a stabilisation over the last 2. Corner for Swansea. 8:54 on the clock. Grimes is going to take this one left-footed. Let's see what he has up his sleeve. A short one. Give and go. And received back there by Roberts. Oh, heinous corner, that one. Grimes over hits it. And Steve Cooper looks away a bit nonplussed with that one. and it goes out of play. I did do a watch-along last night of West Brom and Sheffield United. They tried that corner twice and were offside twice. So I've not seen that executed now by professional footballers 3 times in a row. I don't know why they can't do it, for goodness sakes. It's going to be a goal kick then to Nottingham Forest. We're getting a close-up of referee Harrington. I'm not entirely sure why. He has a broad smile on his face, so he seems happy enough. Let's hope he has a good game. And we don't notice him very much. Always the acid test for a good refereeing performance. Obviously, depends on how eventful the game is, with that being said, doesn't it? Yates, strong as ever. Levers Grimes out of the way and plays that back to Toby Figueiredo. McKenna, who has become a fixture in the team for Forest since arriving from Aberdeen. Amiobi is just tripped there by Roberts. Referee Harrington gives a free kick. Doesn't the league seem so open compared to last year? Even though we're in the Prem, still best league in the world. It's so difficult to judge, Mickey. I get asked often, about the standard. Is it a better league or a worse league? I never can tell, because you make one bit better, you have to make one bit worse. Do you know what I mean? If you do get 3 or 4 teams career away, does that mean it's a strong league because you've got 3 very strong teams? Or is a strong league like the 14-15 league where there's tons of people above 75 points? Taylor into the box, nice tackle. And he wins the goal kick, in fact, there, Bennett. I've always struggled with that. Does everyone... what was the year? It was 14-15 where Wolves, I think, finished like 8th with 73 points or something like that. Does that make it a strong league, or does that actually make it a weak league that no one... I never quite know how to frame it. What we did get last season is by December, Leeds and West Brom were 12 points clear. It was ridiculous. They both went on winning runs going into about week 3 of December. So we don't have that yet. Obviously, we're a few games behind this season. We'll only be at game 20 when we get to Christmas this season. It's normally either 22 or 23 by that point. We know our championship schedule's here. Here comes Jamal Lowe on his own, commits the defenders. I should have said, nearly wins a corner. Should have said on the first corner there for Swansea that the Bits Bet today has 5 corners each in this one. Nearly won another there, Swansea, but out it goes. You think Derby have too much on loans in previous season and come back to bite them? Maybe. It's difficult to consistently use the loan system, isn't it? Although I am an advocate of using it wisely. Tossed into the box. It's almost like with loans, you're best off putting all your eggs in one basket and taking one strong loanee. But we're currently watching Swansea have used the loan system very well, haven't they? And Mark Guay's playing for Swansea today. We saw Gallagher and Brewster. They've got Morgan Gibbs-White and Casey Palmer. So just depends. You just have to really keep recycling that loan system, don't you? Little touch by Chris Hughton in the box. He's just doing a little bit of tweakery from the touchline. These experienced managers like Hughton tend to be very good in game. That's where you do benefit having an experienced manager. Very good at pulling their players about like chess pieces. I mean, anybody can go up. Can't pick 3 teams. I can pick 12. Well, very, very true. I just think whoever gets past the parachute cartel of Norwich, Bournemouth and Watford is in with a chance this season. I really do. Gladly have Freeman at the back. At the R's, Freeman back at the R. I bet you would, QPR forever. Good question, that. When are we getting the decorations up? I wonder if I can get Shady to spare some of our decorations for this room. That's a good idea, actually. I'll write that on my list of jobs, which is just over here. Decks. There we go. Here is Guehi. Back home to Woodman. And back to Guehi. Yes, we have referee Harrington doing this one. Bits. Norton brings it out of defence for Swans. And the pass wasn't on, so he goes home to Bennett, who settled in nicely. Excuse me. After Rodden's departure to Tottenham. Woodman goes long this time. Forest obviously set up well under Houghton to presumably they have plans for those goal kick situations, which will have been studied. Ayew into Grimes. And here is Corey Smith. Out it goes to Bidwell. Grimes. Smith, nice little back heel there to Lowe. And we have another corner, do we? Or is that gone for a goal kick? I think it's gone for a goal kick. Were you surprised with Leeds win at Everton? Much needed 3 points. Yes, I predicted that Everton would win that one. So I can't now sit here and say that I'm not surprised by that one. Great performance by Leeds. B&M for decorations. I'm scared of going in B&M and supermarkets and things of that nature at the moment. Probably shouldn't be. 2.7 cards a game, not the card happy ref. We thought no cards yet in this one. He needs 4, doesn't he? Bits for the bits bet to come in. Here comes Christie towards the edge of the box. Amiobi has moved off the left, receives it here, tries to dink one out to Guerrero. Nice touch on by Guerrero, low in by Figueiredo. Good support play by the fullbacks. And it is cleared by that solid Swansea defence. The best goals against record in the league. Amiobi gets down the left. We have another corner. Amiobi crossed and Norton cleared it out. Have I seen Rangers setting up a GoFundMe page to get Samuel more money? God, GoFundMe pages to get footballers more money. I'm sure that will go down well in certain quarters, won't it? But hey-ho, I'm sure the Rangers fans do want Bright Samuel to stay. Corner from the left for Forest. Knockout puts it in. Oh, nodded on there by McKenna and cleared away. Flicked on by Lowe. Nobody able to get on the end of that. And out it goes. Tried to find Knockout again, the corner taker, who was positioned out on that left wing, but couldn't quite make the pass. If you are in the stream right now, please hit the like button. Try and get more people here. And hit subscribe as well. Please support the channel by hitting subscribe, and we can attract, hopefully, even more subscribers going forward. 13,300 of you so far. Thank you each and every one. The ball's gone dead there. Was Ayew fouled in the build-up, or was Bidwell offside? Aging Horizon asks a very pertinent question. How's the game so far? Tight, as you'd imagine, with a good defensive team like Swansea and a team managed by Chris Houghton. Not a lot in it. I think, did Ayew? Yeah, Ayew got fouled in the build-up to that. So, no offside. Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. Maybe not many goals in this one. We will see. Free kick into the box. As I say that, headed goalwards by Bennett. And easy for Brees Samba. Ryan Bennett headering a loopy one there. Pretty poor so far, says Anir. I mean, pretty poor, I guess, in terms of goal malfaction. But I like games like this where they're set up and both teams look nice and solid. And it's how's one team going to get through the other? Not going to be like West Brom and Sheffield United last night with about 50 chances, wasn't it? Do you think this game is season defining for Forest? No, I don't. I think we're not in season defining narrative mode for Forest just yet. I think it'll be a tricky one. Jay is feeling happy today. He's got Rafinha doing this as his picture. I wonder why, hey? Do you think Leeds will go into the January transfer window? No, I don't think they will. I think they're bedding in some good signings already. Guerrero crosses that one to the back post. Amiobi's up. Goal kick. James says, McKenna been a good signing for Forest. Just needs to add more goals to his game. He's put ... there. I wonder if that's in relation to my tweet that's gone pretty viral about Calvin Phillips. I think probably it is James, isn't it? Graham Souness suggesting that Calvin Phillips needed to get forward more and add goals to his game, which if you've literally seen more than 45 minutes of Leeds under Bielsa, I suspect if you told Bielsa that Calvin Phillips would never score another goal, he wouldn't be bothered so long as he's doing the job he's actually in the team to do, which is get between the centre-halves and make the play, which he does beautifully. And a lot of people have agreed with my tweet, so that's good. So I assume that's what James is joking about there. But yes, McKenna, if James is not joking, has been a good signing for Forest. Settled in nicely, hasn't he? And a left-footed centre-half. Everyone wants one of them, don't they? Hard to find, let's just say. Although, who did we watch that had two playing the other day? I don't recall. Taylor back helping in his own half. Gets the ball clear. And Guay has it. Steps out of defence. And plays the ball out to Connor Roberts. In it goes to Norton, who crosses in. Bidwell was up supporting from left wing back there at the back post. Bidwell's attacking output has been good from left wing back this season. Amiobi loses the ball in a very silly position there, trying to do a dribble. Here's Ayew, edge of the box. Ayew, not clever tackle there. Holds his hand up and apologises. I think it was an honest mistake, but he knows he took down the Forest man there. Amiobi's unhappy with something. I think he thinks he got fouled. Ayew still protests his innocence. Brentford, yes, it was, says Liam. And hi to Russ. Good morning, sir, as well. Joining us, our friend and our sponsor of the Championship Review Show, which will be tonight at 7 p.m. Sorry, I'm not watching this foul back by Ayew. He may get booked. Clearly mistimed it, didn't he? He's apologising to Yates. Did he get a yellow? I'm not sure he did. That's a bit dumb from Souness. Never liked Souness as a pundit. Obviously, I have the utmost respect for Graham Souness, but I am perfectly entitled to disagree with something he said, and I disagreed with that analysis. Thought it was very silly. Charlie says Arsenal finally managed to get a left-footed centre-back. Gabriel, there you go. Just balances everything up at the back, doesn't it? Being able to do that. Russ, let me know. I'm interested in your opinion on Ben Godfrey and the Everton goal conceded against Leeds yesterday. If you've seen it, because we were chatting about him the other day. Jay is here as well, our sponsor for the Dearly Departed shows. Dearly Departed, we've had a clip already, but we'll go up on Tuesday, 1 p.m. So a bit of a wait for you, Dearly Departed guys, for that. That's why I got ahead and got the Leeds Everton review done. There, Jay says 2-1 Swans. Not going to be many goals. I think I did notice the price coming in on under 2.5 in this one. And I respect both Steve Cooper's and Chris Hughton's ability to set a team up to not concede chances. So we'll see. I should do a video on Dearly Departed Best Young Player, but on one condition. They can't have played yet for the team. That'd be Joe Gelhardt then, won't it? I'm sure there'll be a few good ones in all of the Dearly Departed there. Here is Knockhart, swings that one in. easily caught by Woodman. If there's one truth in fitness, leg day sucks. We got achy legs, QPR forever. Was it leg day yesterday? I wonder. I personally don't think you need a left-footed centre-back to have a good defence. Look at Liverpool and also look at Bristol City. I agree, you don't need one to have a good defence, but I do feel it helps with balance if you can get one. I think we're on the same page there. York, my hometown club. I wondered where your accent was from, Bits. Got 2.5 mil from the Godfrey transfer. Good luck to him. There you go. 24.50 on the clock here. As we imagine, two well-organised teams duking it out here. 0-0 in this one. Both sides looking stable, solid, tight, whatever word you feel comfortable using. I think you know what I mean. Nodded clear there by Yates. Guerrero just has a little nibble at Kyle Norton's heels there. Does not win the tackle though. Lowe has it. He plays it down the line to Bidwell. Lovely slide tackle there by Figueiredo there. Bidwell has it again down the left. Christie and Knockhart. Look at that. Knockhart doing his defensive work there, doubling up with Cyrus Christie. If anyone can get a defensive game out of Anthony Knockhart, I suspect to be Chris Hughton, who has a really good relationship with the mercurial Frenchman. An excellent attacker, no doubt. Sometimes does play to the beat of his own drum, let's just say. Godfrey, well-cast clearance on the line, then fails to do the basics for the goal. There you go, Russ. Not a centre-back. Might get away with it. And a three at the back position is beyond woeful. I wonder, Russ, if working with Ancelotti will help him out. Surely it must do, mustn't it? But all good points. Pat Bamford has surprised me. Still needs to take his chances to get to 20. Wow, 20 goals in the Premier League and his value is going up. I disagree with Joffy. I assume that's Gelhardt, is it? I say Somerville. Well, you would know better than me about Leeds young players coming through. Ayew tries to touch that one round the corner, headed away, well watched by McKenna. Decent arm wrestle, this one, says Bart. Good way to describe it, isn't it? It's going like that, though, isn't it? Both managers will probably be happy thus far. If I put the numbers up, you'll probably understand why, because it says big chances 0, I suspect. Yes, it does. There are your numbers so far. 52-48 in possession in Forest's favour. 2 shots to 3 in Swansea's favour. 1 corner apiece. 3 shots in the box. No big chances. Both teams looking solid. How did I guess? There you go. Passionate boy, 110 given every week. His pace gets him out of trouble when it comes to actual defending. He just falls short. Yeah, maybe King Carlo can help him with that. Here is Roberts. Tries to cross in, deflects out, hits Roberts' arm, but no sign of that being handball. Oh, here comes Roberts again now. Slid in. Oh. Best opening, really, of the game, that. It was a nice ball slid through. Forgive me, I didn't quite catch who played it through. Corey Smith. It's a difficult cross, to be fair, for Roberts there. He's under pressure. If he could find the cross there with curve on it, Andre Ayew is arriving and would inevitably have scored. Sky throwing up the average positions for Swansea, which has, strangely, Jake Bidwell as the most advanced player, the left wing back. Gloucester City, top of the National League at the moment, so fingers crossed for them. Certainly have nothing against it. All the attributes to make it big if you can put all the pieces together. We have seen many players like that, Russ, not put the pieces together, haven't we? So good luck to him, is all I will say. Can't see much of the under-23s because when they play them, usually at school. There you go. They're normally on Facebook now. You can watch it after the fact. Rob Dickey will be a Premier League defender one day, hopefully with us. Yeah, his rise has been fairly obvious, hasn't it? Dickey from League One into the Championship now looks pretty comfortable there. Lovely assist in one of our watch-alongs Derby QPR for Macaulay Bond's goal as well. Here is Fulton, who plays that through neatly to Smith. To Roberts out on the right side of midfield. Fulton has it back, trying to play Roberts back in. Getting forward nicely now, Connor Roberts. Come on, Swans, says Iain. They look all right at the moment. It was Corey Smith through for Roberts there. No surprises indeed. Yeah, good player. Leaving Annie's Bristol City side on a free. And he was liked by the supporters there. Jason Tyndall does pretty well. Did you predict, my friend, 14th place? I did. I had to have one crazy one of the parachute year one cartel. However, doesn't look like there's going to be a chaotic one this season, does it? Here is Roberts. Nice reverse ball to Ayew. Ayew making space. Hits it left-footed, deflected. Over the top. Danger when Ayew's on the ball in the box, isn't there? Certainly no shot. Norwich improved defensively when Gibson and Quintia coming in over Godfrey and Lewis. There you go. Please not a 0-0 draw, says Blow. I can't promise that, my friend. Can't promise that. That happened with Humpty Dumpty. Couldn't put all the pieces. There you go. And what happened to Selena? He went... which country did he go to? Oh, I can't remember. Selena left in the summer transfer window, didn't he? I can't remember where he went. France, I think. Could be wrong. Or am I thinking of that Bristol City player, Eliasson? Can't remember. Someone look it up. Where did Burton Selena go? Corner. Roberts puts it in for Swansea. Headed clear. Corey Smith misses his kick on the edge of the box. Jack Colback is surely fouled there. No. I thought he was fouled there. It's League 1. Dijon. Yes, indeed. JP Career Mode asks, when am I doing West Brom Sheffield United review? Soon. Give me a chance. I've got to do this. Then I've got to do the Championship review. Possibly tomorrow morning, but we'll get it done. I promise. Corey Smith, made in Norwich, great player. Didn't make the Premier League jump. Casualty of the Lambert success. Indeed. What happened to that man, Paul Lambert? I don't know, but he may well be looking for a job in the next few months if you want to hire him back, Russ. Who's my favourite youth player who's seen play in the Premier League? Can't have no idea. Goodness me. Yeah, he was always mustard, of course. There we go. Boston George says, I've got a Sheffield United and Derby relegation double and I'm loving life. You bet on that before the season on Derby. Goodness me, that showed some foresight. I don't think Derby will get relegated, but if you did take that bet, I'm impressed with that. Chris Houghton just giving some words of advice to Ryan Yates. Houghton will love Yates, won't he? Good old solid physical defensive central midfield. Here is an injury stoppage to Jack Colback. That's my last Norwich. Oh, keep them coming, Russ. We suspect this one might be fairly pragmatic as we go. So any topics we can chat about are appreciated today. Colback is just hobbling to the touchline. I'm sure he will run this one off. I think he's going to continue. Drop ball for Swansea. I think referee Harrington is just telling Fulton, look, I'm going to drop it. Let Colback come back on. And then we'll all get going again. Although he hasn't let Colback back on yet. Colback doesn't look ready, to be fair. He's just still working with the physio on the sidelines. Guay to Roberts. Inside to Norton, who crosses in. Ayew was there. Bidwell really well forward again. Now you can see why he's had output from left wing back for Swansea this season. Oh, Knockout was late on Fulton there. Nothing given I don't think. Was it? Oh, yes, it was. It looked like a foul all day long. Let me see the replay. Oh, actually, looks can be deceptive. It was almost like Fulton followed through onto Knockout and then went down. So clever if he meant to do that. Attacking free kick for Swansea. Short one to Grimes, who loads it into Bennett at the back post. It's gone loose. Guay's there. And referee Harrington has stopped the play. Derby are in serious trouble. They were impressive first half at Wycombe, put them under the pump in the second half, and then they started panicking, couldn't cope with Akinfenwa. Yeah, really settling into a hard old season for Derby. And Akinfenwa is built like a tank. Doesn't have the typical build of a football player. Here's an interesting one. When was the last time Norwich and Ipswich both played a home league game on the same day? God, it's years that they've put them on different days, isn't it? Absolutely years. Have you heard about Star Wars Darth Vader? Oh, was the actor who played Darth Vader dead? What sad news. I wasn't aware of that. Long kick forward to Amiobi. Guay, oh dear, Amiobi's left one on Guay. That was a silly tackle by Sammy Amiobi. I could see that one coming from a mile off. Surely he'll be booked for that one. Guay was clearly going to clear that ball, and Amiobi was late. Is he going to get a yellow card, I wonder? I think referee Harrington has kept his cards in his pocket thus far. Will he bring one out here for Sammy Amiobi? I stand corrected. Jack Colback is coming off. Harry Arter's coming on. Harry Arter will improve your passing, but will you be as solid without Colback? I wonder. Amiobi did not get booked for that one. He was fairly late there on Guay with the clearance. I thought Bournemouth still in top six at best because they lost a heap of players, still need new faces. It's going to be fun checking back because they're all recorded on my computer here. Everybody's predictions for the 1 to 24s. All stored, let's just say. Ben, what's up with the Championship Review thumbnail? I don't know. What is it? I don't think I put one up there. What does it look like? Pass. Don't know what's up with it. Send me a picture of it, Annie. I think it just defaults the thumbnail if you haven't put one. Here is Krissy down the right-hand side. Floats across to the far post. Amiobi is just having foul after foul given against him. It doesn't make any sense for Norwich Ipswich not to play on the same day, does it? 45 miles apart, different coach. What's the problem? The problem is travel. It's trains and it's service stations. And unfortunately, some football fans can't be trusted if there's two groups of differing fans to be able to control themselves and behave. So that is why I know that sounds incredibly juvenile, but I'm afraid there's plenty of evidence of silly behaviour between the two sets of fans, let's just say. Ref is quite lenient, but he might get card happy later if this continues. Indeedio. Cleared by McKenna. Flicked on by Taylor. Overload here. Knockout is 1v1 with Guay. Steps into the box. Double step over. Knockout. Makes space. Knockout. Good save. He couldn't get the shot to the corner. Really, really good play by Anthony Knockout. And flicked on by Taylor. It was Guerrero played Knockout in. He worked Guay beautifully there into the middle of the box. Steps inside, really opens up. Big chance that he'll want to be scoring that one. Knockout. just can't. He pretty much put it straight at the keeper. In fact, good opening there. Did SofaScore have that as a big chance? Let me hit refresh on there. Maybe too many players in the way for that, but certainly a nice opening. Corner goes in, headed up in the air, and referee Harrington has seen some issue there. Elizabeth says the Reading game was good yesterday. Reading deserved that win, especially if they want to get in the playoffs. Well, they needed that win if they want to get in the playoffs. I think they did deserve it too. From what I've heard, I'll do my review later on. Oh, thanks, Annie. Yeah, that's just the default picture that YouTube's just created. I'll do one later. Don't you worry about that. Thoughts on Meslier? Well, he's very good, isn't he? Leave him in the team. Keep him settled. Paddy is here. It's okay. Same train line. That is an absolute issue between Ipswich and Norwich, because if you do go down from Norwich to London, you'll literally have a situation where you'll have a train full of Norwich fans and then a load of Ipswich fans will get on it. It's just, and the Norwich fans presumably will have been drinking since the train set off. It's just not going to end well. Knockout slides it inside to Yates into the box. Krissy comes inside on his left foot, slips over trying to cross it. Taylor was there and is just blocked out. I think it was Fulton back covering there. Good work this by Forest recently. Yates forward again. Krissy down the right, still in a decent crossing position. Knockout has it. Knockout loses out there to Guay, and Grimes gave him some help. Out it goes left to Figueiredo. Forest on top right now. Cleared by Jake Bidwell, and it's gone out for a throw-in, much to the annoyance of our Bits Bet here. Charlie says, Swansea's defending looks great, Ben. Do you think if Swansea keep this up, good defending, they can get promoted? Will it be enough, as I keep saying, to get past the Parachute Cartel? They're going to be hard to beat, those three, this season. George says, is Ipswich Norwich the longest distance between two teams that aren't permitted to play home games on the same day? Pass. The distance doesn't matter. It's the behaviour of the fans. You can be 100 miles apart, but if the fans can't behave themselves, then the authorities will intervene. Swansea and Cardiff is further. Probably, yeah. Don't tell me that lot are going to get on a train at the same time. Yeah. Here is Grimes to Guay. Swansea have got men forward here. Forest have got men back. Smith pops that one up, bit unhelpfully for Ayew. Ayew does well, though, as ever, lobs it into the box. Oh, arriving on the back post, and Swansea have taken the lead. Connor Roberts with a hell of a leap there. He's not a tall player at all, and that's a brilliant header by Roberts. I think he's bashed his head into the bargain. Swansea lead. Chris Hughton looks on unimpressed by that, but it was a hell of a leap by Roberts to nod that in. Great header at the back post. Anyone wants to look up Connor Roberts' height for me there? It was a poor ball in the first instance by... oh, God, he's above Amiobi as well. Wow, I can't believe he's won that header. Amiobi is probably 6'3". That's a brilliant goal by Roberts. There is no way Sammy Amiobi should be losing that header. It flipped up off McKenna. What a goal by Roberts. I can't believe he's out-jumped him there. He's headed the back of Amiobi's head in the end to bump his head. But really lovely goal by Swansea there. They lead 1-0 in this one. The camera's on Amiobi, who is probably going to get yelled at by Chris Hughton at half-time, I would suggest. The goal time, I think, was 42 minutes. Roberts is still down. Swansea lead through a 42nd minute header by Roberts. Let's get some comments in on that. We'll just flip that up down the bottom there. We might stick a 0-1 in front of that for anybody joining us. Roberts is back up. What a great goal. Tremendous stuff. Let's have a look here. Please give this hardworking streamer a like. Do it. Good defences get promoted. They often do, don't they? He beat Amiobi. Wow, no way he should have been beating him in the air. Can Forrest get back into this? Possibly. 1.75 m or 5'9". How tall's Amiobi? Must be 6'3", mustn't he? He's a huge bloke, Amiobi. So giving up a good 5 or 6 inches. Put it that way. Amiobi battling with Roberts again. I can see Amiobi sticking a stiff tackle on Roberts to 5 feet, 8.98 inches. Lovely. Goal of the season. Lol. Great timing. Got here just when the goal went in. Yeah, great leap. I mean, I suppose two things can be true, can't they? It's not all binary. It could have been a great leap and a bit of sleepy old defending by Sammy Amiobi there. As I said in the build-up to that goal, I thought Corey Smith had stitched up Andre Ayew there, tried to sort of dink it up in the air. Ayew just then has one option, just lobs it over his head into the box. McKenna flipped it on, and I can't see how Roberts is winning that header, but an excellent header nonetheless. Alistair says, come on, Forrest, I don't want to go down to 5th from a Reading point of view. Just be happy with those 4 points from the last 2 games. Nice turnaround and stabilising from the Royals over those last 2. Here is Brees Samba. Cleared all the way up to McKenna, who pops that one down the line, given away to Bidwell. Bidwell trying to play Ayew into the gap that McKenna vacated. Sorry, we're into stoppage time, by the way. 4 minutes of it. Obviously, Roberts going down after the goal. Jack Colbeck, little stoppage when he went off as well. Guerrero's come short. Playing sort of 9.5 today. Guerrero, isn't he? Getting up and supporting when he can, but dropping back into that 10 position. Steve Cooper happy with the pressing there on Knockhart. Amiobi tries to block him instead of jumping for it. Indeed. Wrong call, wasn't it? Not going great for Forest. Could Marinakis be hovering over the fire button already? Lol. Never rule anything out of Forest, but no. There's a great vid on YouTube of an Arsenal fan on a train full of Spurs fans. Yeah. You wouldn't want to be that guy, would you? I have the answer for Forest defence. Lee Wallace. I think some sarcasm there. Ayew has it in the corner. Throwing goes against him and he literally throws himself to the ground and holds his head. Wonderful theatrics from Andre Ayew. Amiobi is over 6'4". Wow. Even more in the most ridiculous aerial challenge victory I think I've ever seen. Have Forest won a game since Houghton arrived? Yeah. Won a couple. I think they won 2 back-to-back as well, didn't they? There you go. Beat Blackburn and Wickham. Big hoof forward and out of the ground. I think Bennett knew that we were just about to go to half-time. And indeed, it is half-time in this one. Nottingham Forest 0, Swansea 1. Connor Roberts, as you can see on the ticker there, scoring on the 42nd minute with a sensational leap above Sammy Obi. Sammy Obi? Sammy Obi. Sammy Obi. I might keep calling him that now, Sammy Obi. A prodigious leap by Roberts to head into the corner. Otherwise, as you can imagine with these two, very, very tight. And the Swans have the halftime advantage. Get your predictions in for the second half. Get your thoughts in on that first half we've just had. Let's have a look at the numbers and see what we can ascertain from them. Swansea 51 to 49 on the possession. Not much in it. 14 passes in it, in fact. 6 shots apiece. 2 on target for Swans, 1 for Forest. 2 corners apiece. 1 big chance to nil. I'm guessing that will be the Anthony Knockhart chance where he came in off the right wing, hit the shot with the left foot, pretty much straight at Woodman. Decent chance. They didn't take it. And then sleepy from Amiobi on the back post. And Roberts punishes him in embarrassing fashion, given that we've been told one's 5'9" and one is 6'4". Not clever. I'm nearly 5'9". I don't think I am 5'9". I'd like to see my chances. I'm not a professional athlete, obviously, of jumping above Amiobi. So that is the live league table that would see Swansea move up into 4th place. You can see there 8 goals apiece on the goal difference. So 1 more goal and Swansea, a 2-goal victory would pop them into 3rd at the end of round 14. Forest will still remain in 21st with Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday and Derby below them. A point for Forest would bump them on to 13 with Rotherham and Coventry. If they can turn it around, they'll go above both of those teams. That is looking tricky, given they're 1 down and given that Swansea have the best defensive record in the division. Let's just do a quick update on Bits' bet before we go to your comments, which was both teams to score. We have 1. So he's waiting for a Forest goal. 5 corners apiece. Well, they're at 2 apiece, so they're not on target to do that. They are on target for the goals, aren't they? Where was I clicking? There. 2 booking points each team. I don't believe we've had a yellow card, have we? We have not. Referee Harrington keeping his cards in his pocket, holding his cards close to his chest. That's the wrong metaphor to use, but if we take it literally, he is holding his cards close to his chest. Thank you as ever to Charlie, our fan sponsor of our live watch-alongs. 30 years of Loyal Royal. Here's to many more. You can support Charlie's efforts in fundraising for the doctors currently treating him on www.depop.com/ReadingFan21. Right, let's look at some of your comments, guys. Sammy Obi, BB 2020. I remember on the Football Ramble, they used to call him Sammy Amiobi OBE in case he did get honoured in the Queen's end of year's honours list. So let's have a look here. Nick says, afternoon, missed the start of the stream. 2 correct results for the dearly departed. Bring on Fulham. Yes, we got 2 wins for once. That's rare for us. Although when we get a dearly departed derby, that does help us. Let's see if Fulham at Leicester and then Villa, who will be watching live on the channel tomorrow at starting about 7:45, can do the business. George says, I have no faith in Forest to get back into any game when they fall behind. That is the trouble with a pragmatic manager, isn't it? It's all great when you take the lead, but tricky when you go behind because you have to really make some amendments to your pattern of play. Although they did force the big chance with Knockhart cutting inside, and they have shown some endeavour getting the wide players forward. So we will see. If Reading are in the playoffs in January, do you think the owners will go nuts and invest I don't think they'll go nuts, but I think they might have a tilt at it. This could be the season, couldn't it? If you are up there, I remember my team being top Christmas 2015 and not investing. And look where they are now. Was it a salmon-like leap? A Salomon-like leap? A Connor Salmon-like leap? Maybe. Forest haven't lost to Swans in a long time. I mean, in a match they haven't. Obviously, they lost out big style on the last day of last season with Swansea nicking that position. We're just watching the goal back here. There's the little flip by Smith. Up it goes in the air. It's just a great leap by Roberts. I guess Amiobi is just not expecting it, is he? And the stupid thing is he does the tracking back. And then up goes Roberts. Nice and early. Great header down into the corner. It's a great goal. Well played, Roberts, there. I'm sure that one will be replayed. Spring in his step. Chelsea Leeds next week. I will be covering that on Dearly Departed. Saturday the 5th, 8 p.m. Check that one out. Forest played well, just haven't had enough chances. Maybe we're now going to look at some. Did have the big chance for knockout. Here is Amiobi. Forget this one. Crossing into the near post, Lyle Taylor. Nice flick on that. Doesn't quite get it right, but I do think Woodman was beaten with that one. Some players had good airtime Welsh champion. Oh, God, Cristiano Ronaldo. There's that goal he scored for Madrid against Manchester United, wasn't it? Real Madrid, to use the full title, where his feet were at about the level of the next guy's shoulders, weren't they? Incredible. Here's the chance for knockout. Just opens up. Anything either side of the goalkeeper, even a little flick from one of the covering defenders might have taken it in as well. It's almost like that was the one place knockout put the good chance he had, where he wouldn't have, where he had the least chance of scoring. Let's just say. Let's look at some more comments in here. Zigic at Birmingham was tall, but couldn't jump. Don't remember Crouch being any good at jumping either. I think Crouch was decent, wasn't he? I think some people get a little bit muddled up with the really tall players. It's not that they can't jump. It's that A, they choose not to, and B, I remember Graham Taylor saying this about Peter Crouch. During kids' football, they don't jump, and therefore they don't develop that skill. Crouch, even, there was some sense that he hunched almost because of it. It'd be interesting to see some numbers on that. David says, missed the first half. Stats look even. Will Forest get back into this? Well, it's a tight game. It's the sort of game it's going to be hard to get back into, just on the basis that Swansea are a difficult team to score past, aren't they? Could they? Yes. I'm not sure that they will. But they do have, I mean, let's just have a look at the bench and see what Houghton can do in terms of switching up his personnel. There's the worry. I mean, the obvious name is Joe Lolly. Arter is already in, obviously, for Colback. You can stick Alex Myton in, maybe for Guerrero. I don't see Taylor going off at any point, but maybe Lolly. And I mean, we know with Lolly, it doesn't matter how well set up the defensive team are. He will come in off the right-hand side and shoot with his left foot. But they've got Knockout in that position, don't they? So we will see. Don't know. Good question. Pertinent question indeed. Ollie says, as a Swansea fan, thought our defence are decent, but in attack, just lacking the final ball. Hopefully a better second half. Well, they've been very efficient in attack, haven't they? Because no big chances and they've got the goal. That might be all they need, Ollie. But yeah, you may well be right in terms of the final ball. Chris says Swansea have desire. Certainly Roberts had desire to win that header. Forest lack it. Interesting. Annie says Forest don't look like scoring at the moment, even if they create chances. There's something about that style of pattern of play that the teams don't look like scoring, do they? They often don't build up a head of steam, whereas, maybe a more, what's the word, flowing team, they look like they're building up a head of steam, don't they? Afternoon to Eli. Nice to see you, sir. Think either, Jay says, a 2-0 win for Swans or a 2-1. Reading broke their Sky curse. Another team with a Sky curse, is it? Hey, everyone loves to put curses on their teams, don't they? Remember, Ipswich had a Sky curse. Ipswich have had an everything curse for the last 15 years, for goodness sake. We're just on, I think, the last ad break. Before we go back to the second half, feel free to throw in your predictions for this one. I think I said draw in the build-up. I can't remember, actually. Good thing I filmed it and put it on the internet so people can call me out on it. Put it that way. Indeed. William says, how have we played today, Ben? Been on the train all day. Very solid, very compact, as you can imagine. Haven't really managed to get AU into the game too much. Still, that lack of that final pivotal striker threat, if you know what I mean. They still, I feel, need that player, but look nice and solid. Conceded the one big chance that Knockaert didn't take, and they've been efficient in front of goal, and Roberts has got the goal. So I would call that a reasonably decent performance. The curse of being Ipswich Town. You know it, Joseph. You know it. Coming up on the channel later today is the Championship Review Show. Be talking about all 12 teams at 7 p.m. Come and join us for that. Tomorrow, amazingly, we'll be straight back with the preview for round 15. I'm going to do that live, actually. I'm going to do that at 1 p.m. I mean, obviously catch up afterwards, but always fun to get some interaction and some predictions into that. So if you are around 1 p.m, I'm going to try starting doing them live in the middle of the day. I just don't want to fill my evenings with too much stuff, let's just say. Else I'll never have a minute to myself or my missus. West Ham Villa will be covering at 8 p.m. tomorrow night as well. Then Dearly Departed on Tuesday, and we'll be doing Rotherham versus Brentford Tuesday night, which means I'll have the night off on Wednesday. Or don't worry, there will be a Fantasy League show that evening. Casual Focus says, I predict Swansea will score in the 42nd minute. There you go. I predict that England will win the World Cup in 1966. Need this to be an away win to go 4 for 8 on my predictions. Nice job, Chris. Owen says, totally undeserved. I'm not sure it was totally undeserved, but it's been a tight game. Hardly a smash and grab, just the one big chance for Forest. I can understand Owen's frustration. He's got a Forest badge as his avatar. However, I don't think it was totally undeserved. I think they've nicked a goal at the end of the half, let's just say. But the 46th minute has already been and gone. I think it was a joke, Jay, as you can see on the bottom there. It even quotes a 42nd minute goal there. Right. Second half, imminent. Not sure any changes will be in the offing, but we will find out after what's likely to be. Oh, no, it's a Kia advert, a car advert. I thought it would be bound to be a betting advert, won't it? Forest 0, Swansea 1. Forest taking the lead late on in the first half. And here we come back to the Sky coverage. Out comes Steve Cooper with the goal scorer, Roberts, and Corey Smith as well. Running out underneath that Brian Clough stand. The ageing Brian Clough stand now. They're now working on the Peter Taylor stand opposite, or there's plans to get that sorted. God, any clubs who had plans to build stands and didn't do it during COVID have missed a trick, haven't they? Although money has been tight and these things take long time to plan, don't they? Eli says, from a Barnsley perspective, disappointed with back-to-back defeats. We had a clear pen for handball, not given midweek, and then dominated Blackburn and still only scored 1 goal. There you go. It's my favourite word there, dominated. Hey? Lots of teams apparently dominating games and losing them. Maybe not so dominant then. I know what you mean, though, Eli. Probably in terms of possession or chances. But you got to stick the ball in the back of the net to be a truly dominant team. Chris says, one of Derby, Forest or Wednesday will probably go down. Wow. It's a shout, and it would be a very big club going down if that does happen. Where is the most chaos is what I would be looking at. Nathan says, for once this season, I feel confident that Cov can win a game this season. Hopefully, 3 points against the Rams will put us further away from the relegation zone. Good luck. I sat in the stand before that one. There you go. My point on it being aging was it's not the most modern, pretty small concourse round the back. Not the best views, although I always go and sit up there. I think it's the best view in the ground, possibly. Although I haven't sat upstairs in the Bridgeford stand before, although I don't like to sit behind the goal. Too far up the other end for my pathetic eyes to see. Grimes to Bidwell, coming forward. Bidwell plays that wide. Crossed into the box. Mayhew! Oh, overhead kick there. He bashes the ground in frustration. He's capable of pulling that one off. Mayhew. It was Bidwell to Grimes on the overlap. Mayhew, he'll see that as a chance, Mayhew. We just need an angle. Shinned it a little bit, but it's hard on an overhead kick to get perfect content. This angle will see us how far wide that went. Not as close as I thought it was initially. Right, that's Christmas tree dragged into house. First beer cracked. Nice one. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Enjoy, David. Headed away by McKenna. If anyone wants a time check, I will tell you when I'm at 48 minutes. I'm at 47:18 at the moment, but I'll give you a countdown to 48 if you want to know exactly how many seconds to pause your coverage for, or pause my coverage for. Indeed, whichever way around you are. Samba has it. Flicked on by Taylor and hoofed clear there by Bennett. Headed away by Toby Figueiredo. And Smith has it, plays it back into Norton. Swansea start the second half pretty well. Smith wide to Roberts. Crossed in by Roberts. Here's your... Oh, can I give you a time check for 48? I don't think I can because they're still on the attack. But Smith gives it away. So your time check will be 48 minutes, 15 seconds. And that will be in 3, 2, 1, 48:15 there if you want to line everything up. Mayhew. Bidwell inside to Grimes, hits the shot, tries to curl it left-footed well over the bar. Paddy says, funny how ESPN has EFL football on their channel, but I don't mind as I like watching the EFL. Of course you do. It's cracking stuff, isn't it? Jay says, I think Wednesday might drop. I think Derby and Forest survive. Worst place I've been is the Barclays Centre in New York City. Interesting. Is that in Brooklyn, the Barclays Centre? Or is that where's the Staples Centre? Or is that in LA? I think. Yeah, it's in LA, isn't it? Which one's in Brooklyn and which one's in New York? Madison Square Garden is the one in... Oh, I can't think. If Derby, Forest or Sheffield Wednesday go down, I suspect it will be the free promoted clubs. Yeah, it's looking that way, isn't it? Here is Figueiredo. Oh, headed across. Taylor, surely. And Bennett in with the challenge there. I think it was Amiobi behind appealing for the penalty. Taylor looks nonplussed by all of that. Chance for sure there for Lyle Taylor. Yates slides that one in to Guerrero, who turns and Fulton tackles him. Fairly ineffective today, Miguel Guerrero. Here's Amiobi, who's going to want to make amends for his lax defending in the goal. Gives the ball away, though. Oh, dear. Oh, naughty tackle by Harry R today. He's going to get a yellow card for that one. Slides in. Hopefully, referee Harrington doesn't make that a lunge, in which case we're in all sorts of bother. But I think he might bring out the yellow. He's just checking on Fulton. And we have our first yellow card of the game, which I think rightly goes to Harry Arter on 50. Here, Fulton just gets rid of it. Oh, was there any contact even? I know there doesn't need to be any contact, but clever by Fulton if there wasn't. You can't lunge in like that. And what's the wording? Careless, reckless, endanger your opponent. That's a very good tackle by Ryan Bennett, actually. I thought he just bumped Taylor off the ball there. Not sure anything in it for a penalty. So here is Guerrero and played up the line. Oh, Amiobi's done well there. Amiobi now pacing away into the box. He goes. Amiobi to the byline. Lovely play by Amiobi. Crosses it in. And nobody there to be able to get on the end of it. Here comes Swansea on the counter. McKenna gets that one dealt with. Arter then slides it across for Figueiredo. And Amiobi wrong-footed by that one and falls over. Good attacking play by Amiobi. I'll give you a time check now if you want one. Going to be 52 minutes in 3, 2, 1, 52. Joe Lolly is going to come on and Miguel Guerrero is going to come off. He's been pretty ineffective today. Lolly, will he play in the 10 position? Will he send Knockout in there and play down the left? We will find out. There you go. Brooklyn. I thought so. Forest Fan TV says they are fuming. Stay with it. Long way to go. Ayew, lovely ball by Ayew to Bidwell. Back to Ayew, hits the shot, deflected wide. Great football by Swansea and by Ayew as ever. Brilliant pass inside the fullback. Bidwell manages to cut it back. Ayew has the shot and it's well blocked. Good play by both there. Figueiredo makes the block. Another player going with their hands behind the back technique. Here is a corner for Swansea. Grimes puts it in left-footed. Ooh, they've let it bounce. Amiobi gets the clearance. A couple of players go down, Taylor and Bidwell. Everyone's going to get up. We're all going to live happily ever after. And Forest, excuse me. Are they going to have a free kick or is it just going to be a throw-in? We'll find out. No, it's just a throw-in. It's going to be a Swansea throw-in. In fact, I'm glad the EFL has not got VAR as it's madness. How many penalties is it given in the Premier League? Yeah, I don't want to go down the VAR rabbit hole. I'll happily have it in the Championship. But let's let them do all the work on it up in the Premier League. Here comes Knockout, blazing down the right-hand side. In he comes. Lyle Taylor, touch, back heel. Knockout, poor. Tries the 25-yarder. Smacks that well above the bar. Nice play initially by Knockout. Poor finish. Let's not forget what happened to these two clubs. July the 22nd, was that the last day of the season? A date that will live in infamy, particularly in Nottingham. Brilliant day, says Jay. Summed up the championship perfectly. It was mental, wasn't it? Of course, if you don't know, 30 minutes from the end of the season, Nottingham Forest were 3 points and 6 goals ahead of Swansea. And by the end of the season, 30 minutes later, give or take stoppage time, Forest finished below Swansea. One of the most incredible turnovers you will ever see. Here comes Lyle Taylor. Taylor plays it off to Knockhart. In it goes, headed clear by Coyle. Norton, Arter recycles and Fulton heads it away. Good defensive side, Swansea, aren't they? Oh, here comes Mayhew, which normally spells danger. He's got no support, though. Sometimes he doesn't need any. Tries to play it into low, can't get the pass away. He's a very good player, but he can't do all of that on his own. McKenna deals with that and wins the throw-in. Bidwell and Mayhew are brilliant. Certainly both having good seasons and combining well, particularly that example we saw a few minutes ago. If you are in the stream, please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, help us grow the channel. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook or YouTube, hit the thumbs up, the like, whatever it's called on whatever platform you're watching on. Helps bring other people to the channel, hopefully long-term, but short-term, to the stream. Don't cross the streams. Here is Roberts. Norton. Sky cameraman having a bit of a nightmare there. Norton. Sorry, Roberts. Idiot. Norton. We're playing Hector Ream games again from last season with Fulham, aren't we? Nice ball in field. Mayhew just miscontrols that, but they're going to win it actually high up here with Smith, who engages his man and sends Roberts down the line. The goal scorer. The tackle came in quite late on Roberts there. He's still got the crossover. They're going to recycle it. I'd like to see that one again. Here is Smith to Roberts. Amiobi stands him up. Nice play by Roberts again. Makes a crossing position, and that one is gone. No, it hasn't gone out. Yes, it must have. In the end, it fell for. Surely that's a corner. Bree Samba is trying to get in the referee's head there, but I think it is going to be a corner. I ain't afraid of no goals. Dum 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 dum. That's a brilliant song, Ghostbusters, isn't it? It's got about 5 awesome hooks in it. Why do you keep wanting a time check, all things Leeds? Right, it's going to be 57:45 in 3, 2, 1, now. Last one. Here's Roberts. In it comes. Poor corner. Oh, but it's going to go loose. Ayyu's gathered it. Lovely to play it back out to Roberts. Oh, nutmeg by Roberts. Brilliant skill. Roberts completely mugged Knockout off there with a nutmeg indeed. Lovely gifable moment. Bit embarrassing for Knockout there. Beautiful nutmeg that. Oh, why can't he get that crossover? Maybe Fulton was going to be offside if he did. But still, big opening there. Swansea turning the screw here. It's going to be a corner. In it comes from Grimes. Deep one. And that goes all the way out. Cash out £9.27. That's a big loss, isn't it, Bits? How far are you off? Bits is 3 yellow cards off, 1 goal, and a few corners, let's just say. 5 corners. We'll find out. Oh, it's going up. There you go. What's your latest update on how long you think Lambert has? Good question, Boston George. I don't think it's a matter of time. I think it's a matter of bad results. So he could have 8, 10 good results in a row, but all it'll take is consecutive bad results, I think. And he's a goner or some really bad PR. You should learn Ghostbusters on the piano. I think I did have to do it at a gig once. I do remember I have learned it, probably at some 80s gig or something I had to do. But I've learned many songs and then forgotten them. Buster makes me feel good. Knockout has gone down. He doesn't look happy. Emotional guy, Knockout. And a comment of the day. Nutmeg on Knockout has reduced his value by 10 million. I think it was probably only about 10 million in the first place, wasn't it? So you can have Knockout on a 3 now. Brilliant commentary. I would be useless as I have a deep voice. There you go. Mine's very high pitch. Newcastle returned 2 more positive coronavirus tests, taking total number of cases at club to 6. What's going on there then? Knockout is still furious about something or other. Says he's been elbowed. Screaming at the linesman or headbutted or something. He looks very unhappy. Chris Houghton looks as calm as ever from the sidelines. On Lambert, Bit says, I think if results keep going the way they've been going, he'll be gone by January. Who would I realistically want? That's a loaded question, isn't it? As Ipswich manager. It's not really down to who I'd want. Daniel says 3-0 Swans in this one. Bit of a tight game for that. I can't see there being 2 more goals, but it's the Championship. Who I want and who we could attract are 2 entirely different things. Any of the out-of-work guys who've been in the Championship would be an improvement, i.e. Lee Johnson, Paul Cook, Danny Cowley. Whether any of them would come is then a different matter. If not, Kieran Dyer is working at the club and he's the one that wants the job, that has made it public that he wants the job before, that could be recruited from the inside, but not going well at the moment. Anything would be an improvement. Lyle Taylor blazes a very tricky cross shot over there. 62 gone. Would take 1-0 all day. Hypothetical question, says Jay. Haven't you realised, Jay, I'm not good with... I take things very literally. I take people to their word. Paul Cook would be brilliant, even though he's tubby and balding. Yes, Jay's referring to a comment I made complimenting Paul Cook that someone decided to get offended by. But I'm a big fan of Paul Cook, if you didn't know. And whether he's tubbing or balding or not was the point I was making. Should not affect his ability to get the Derby County job, which he may still get. We'll see. Slid in to Taylor, laid off to Amiobi, coming down the right-hand side. He's got Joe Lolly inside, who I haven't really mentioned since he came on. Oh, nice cross by Christie, looking for Lolly. And again, they get it clear. Their defending has been very, very good. I've been to Ipswich once in my existence. I had to take the missus to Ed Sheeran at Chantry Park. It was very loud. Good old Ed. Hometown gig. Probably made more money that night than everybody in this stream will earn put together in their entire lifetime. Good luck to him. Lee Johnson is a downgrade on any manager. You've not had Paul Lambert, have you? Streaky Lee will get a job sooner or later. You make him sound like a Teletubby. I promise I don't. I'll tell you what, I'll make him sound like a very good football manager, which I think he is, who did a great job at Wigan. What's happened to Wigan? Well, they're struggling with off-the-field issues, aren't they? Could be 2 former Premier League clubs in League Two. I assume the other is Bolton. Indeed, there could be. A Bradford not already there in terms of a former Premier League club. Although, strictly speaking, being as I'm a complete pedant, Bradford were a Premiership club, not a Premier League club. Here comes Cyrus Christie trying to bustle his way through. Imagine if Lee was never the fault of the streakiness. Something in the water in Bristol. Here comes Jamal Lowe. Good. Great tackle by Figueiredo there. Love that one. Committed, left his foot in, won the ball clean as a whistle. Paul Lambert is an okay coach. Give the boy a chance, Stephen. He's had nearly 2 years in 2 different divisions. I think he's had more than a chance. Put it that way. 3 then, actually, of course. Out it goes to Guay. Pretty hefty tackle by Figueiredo after such a good tackle he did a minute ago. Sticks one on. Who was it? I can't see. It might have been Guay, in fact. 65 gone in this one. Grimes is going to take the free kick. In it goes. Bolton were Premier League, Bradford Premiership. Yes, we agree, Jay. So if who was the third team we were talking about? Wigan went down. There would be 2 Premier League teams, not 3, because one would be a Premiership. So we agree. Just to clarify my utter pedantry on the same division changing name. Here is a throw-in for Swansea. 66 gone. Bidwell, who's had a good season. He's a player who Steve Cooper's definitely improved, hasn't he? Big one forward. Lyle Taylor makes the chase. He has won the ball and he's beaten Carl Norton. Taylor, right-hand side of the box. Bennett covers. He's done well. Taylor has to hold it up. Who's arriving? Christie. 1-2 with Taylor. Taylor gets it in. Lolly's there. It's going to fall to Knockhart, who shanks it wide of the post. Taylor did well. He did all he could, I think, once he had 2 players on him. Knockhart just looks a bit grumpy today, doesn't he? I don't know whether it's going to be his day. Taylor just couldn't at any point, as Lolly and then Yates and then Knockhart and then Christie arrived, pick out any of them with a decent pass there. Knockhart, again, his technique lacks there. His body position's wrong and he shanks that one wide. He would have wanted some swaz on that going inwards there if he could just volley across the ball. Surely a push in the back there by Fulton on Yates. And here come Forest again. Just up their game over the last couple of minutes. Here's Lolly, who's gravitated out to the left-hand side. Maybe Knockhart's going to go 10, or are they just going to rotate? I'm sure Houghton won't leave it to chance. Swansea turn it over quickly. Forest on top. They've pushed the team forward here now. Can they create an opening? Here's Amiobi. A decent tackle by Grimes on Amiobi. But the ball is played forward and out of play. It goes. Figueiredo. In it goes to Taylor, who switches the play out to Cyrus Christie. Amiobi. Stand up by Guay. Does well. Gets inside to Arter. A bit of a hospital ball by Arter into Lolly. And away it goes. Lolly recycles. Forest definitely on top now. Can they create an opening? Booted into the stand there by Bennett. Bury, Wigan, Bolton all gone or deep in trouble. All in the Greater Manchester. What's going wrong up there? Nothing to do with the area, is it? It's the owners of all three of those clubs. Owners, relegated clubs. Do you think fans being allowed back in the stadium increased capacity by springtime? Guess 1/3 of a stadium. Hopefully, Stephen. Yeah, hopefully. Where are we? We're at 2,000 or 50% now, aren't we? Corner for Forest. Let's just have a look at Bits's bet. Where we needed 5 corners apiece and 2 bookings apiece, and both teams to score. After this corner, we'll check that one out. In it comes, swung in left-footed. McKenna heads it back, nodded down by Yates and cleared again by Swansea, who look very solid in this game. Low. Oh, he's done well there to beat Krissy. He's now running against Ribeiro. He's got a lot to do. Anyone up supporting? Yes, Grimes receives it. 50-50 with Yates. And nicely played wide. Good football by Swansea. Here comes Roberts from the right wing-back position. Smith is ahead of him. He's pulled out wide right. Here is Norton. You can always tell a passing team because they refuse to cross the ball when lots of teams will just float it in the box. Here is Norton down the right. Plays it to Roberts, who now does cross to Mayhew. Mayhew holds it up in the box. Mayhew. Norton, who now does find a crossing position. Floats it in. It's headed away by Krissy. Fulton. Grimes heads it on. McKenna heads clear. I beg your pardon. No, it was McKenna. And the ball has eventually gone dead. We were just going to have a little look at Bits' bet on the numbers. Gives us a chance to have a look at the numbers as well, doesn't it? I've removed the wrong banner. We'll get back to the play in just a second. 52-48 in favour of Swansea on the possession. 10 shots to 9, 2 on target apiece, 10-9 in Forest's favour. 5 corners to 3. We need 5 from each team for Bits' bet. Just the one big chance in the game. Knockout, we think, in the first half with that one. Yellow cards. Let me just double check. Just the one to Harry Arter. Mayhew into the box. Tries to flick it over Figueiredo, who does well to header that one clear. It's fallen to Roberts in the box again. Chance couldn't quite. The ball wouldn't fall for him, so he couldn't get his right foot over the half volley. But it's a quick turnaround by Forest. Knockout coming in. Oh, he's beaten his man too easily there. Into the box comes Knockout. He should have released the ball there. Decent opening there. Knockout can be brilliant at times, can be frustrating at times. Though he's got a one-track mind when he's coming in off the right. Doesn't he sometimes, Anthony Knockout? Let's get the banners back up. We'll have a look at some of your comments. That has got to be a yellow card. Figueiredo with the most obvious pull you'll ever see there on Jamal Lowe. And he goes into the book. So we have our 2 bookings for Forest, none for Swansea just yet. We may get tactical fouls as the game indeed goes on. Williams says, don't need another goal, just need to stay defensively solid. Obviously, that is true. Another goal always helps though, doesn't it? If Leeds was in tier 2, is that 2,000 fans or 50%? Both. It's 2,000 fans or 50%, whichever is lowest. So it will be 2,000. Here is Mayhew being fed down the line. And Forest can get that one clear. Played into the channel for Mayhew to chase onto, and Figueiredo is going to get that clear. Bennett has it at the back. Grimes, did Knockout just catch him? Yes, he did. Knockout is getting more and more frustrated. On comes Swan. Help me out here, guys. Not seen him play before. Will Swan, who is... let's have a look. SofaScore doesn't even have his age. If anyone can tell me about Will Swan, all I know is he's a midfielder and he's going to wear number 48. Sammy Amiobi comes off. We'll see. Remember, there's essentially already a couple of inverted right wingers on the pitch already. Looks like he's going to play number 10. Will Swan, with Knockout down the right and Lolly down the left as an orthodox winger. It was the Swans averaging 2 yellows a game, not Forest. I think we need... do we need more booking points than that, Bits? Each team, yes, we do. That attack breaks down. Guay brings it clear. Arter has got in his way. Guay has been penalised for the foul. Tries to slow down the free kick as well. 76 gone. Oh, Knockout was very late there on Grimes. Oh, dear. I don't think the referee saw that one. If he did, Knockout's a lucky boy there because he looked like he had the rage in his eyes there. Here is Figueiredo. Goes home to Brice Samba. William says, need another striker. Absolutely. Need a striker, really. I don't class Ayew or Lowe as a starting championship striker at all, really. They're both sort of wide players or attacking forwards, etc. Oh, here is Lowe now, despite wearing number 9. That's a good tackle. Oh, dear. He's given a foul against McKenna there. I thought that was an okay tackle. I could be wrong. Referee Harrington has given a yellow card. 77-25 gone. Let's have another look at this. Lowe wins the ball, comes away. I have to watch his follow through there. I mean, McKenna slides in. It's his foot underneath his body that, to be fair, does hit Jamal Lowe. So cash out for £3. Wow. It's going to be a free kick to Swansea. Lowe limps off. Roberts. Excuse me. Shouldn't be tired already, should I? Roberts with the free kick. Sticks in right-footed. Keeper's going to grab that one. Hurled out by Samba. Taylor. Good forward play. Laying that one off. There's one in the channel for young Swan to chase. And Grimes, Swan, playing against the Swans. Yeah, as William says, I'll cry if Swan scored against the Swans. I think we got there at exactly the same time, didn't we? It's a throw-in to Forest. Inside it goes to Knockout, who's either going to score or get sent off probably in this game. He's looking in that emotional state. Fight or flight. Knockout inside to Lolly. Grimes gets back, makes the tackle. Lolly couldn't sort his feet out. Figueiredo plays it to Knockout, who goes down and draws the foul. Let's just say wins the free kick, takes it quickly to Figueiredo, who beats Roberts quite easily. Figueiredo tries to pick out Taylor. Andre Ayew reads that. And, well, not very orthodoxly, but they've got it clear in the end. And Lowe makes the interception there. Here comes Wayne Routledge, who has probably played over 500 games in his career, I would have thought. Quite the experienced pro. Lowe is going to come off. Kind of exemplifies Swansea's lack of strikers there. Lowe coming out and Routledge is the guy. I wonder if Routledge will sit in a midfieldy type position, a wide midfieldy type position, and Mayhew will go as sort of as a lone striker, just to give an extra man in midfield. Figueiredo having a lovely little shimmy there. Played it to Knockout, crossed in. Yates, I think it was, up in the box. Yes, indeed. Lolly's not quite at it today, as Routledge immediately wins a free kick against Arta. 80-30 gone. 80 minutes and 30 seconds gone. So 10 minutes, well, 9.5 minutes plus stoppage time in this one. Yates getting up there. He and Grimes, arms all over each other, but it goes out of the penalty box in the end. Yates doing a fair good job of getting forward into the box when he gets the opportunity. Of the two central midfielders, he's the one with the legs to run into the box. Fulton plays that up the line. Ooh, miscontrolled by Krissy, but he manages to keep it in, despite all of the Swansea hands going up, trying to influence the linesman. Swansea do, however, have a throw-in now. And Houghton stands, arms folded, 81-37 gone. 1-0. Next 6 fixtures for Forest, Sky have just put up. Watford, Reading, Norwich, Brentford are the next 4. Sheffield Wednesday, Millwall. Wow. So 2 of the parachute cartel in the next 3 games for Forest. Arta with a poor ball, really, that Taylor had very little chance of controlling. Head height almost. And Swansea have turned it over. Here is Roberts to Mayhew coming down the right. Just checks inside, plays it to Roberts, who's had a good game. Other than the goal, I think he's played well. And we have another corner to the Swans. Bits' bet is going to be painfully close, isn't it? I think that's their 4th corner now. 1 more for them, and that part's done. And then it would just be a yellow card, I think, and a goal. The goal being the hard bit. There is the next corner. 82-47. Swansea trying to see this game out with a 1-goal lead and 7 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Grimes takes his sweet time to head over to the corner flag, picks up the ball, bounces it. I'm sure he'll take a few seconds to put it down and then play with his socks and then slowly step back and all of that good stuff. In fact, the linesman's going to stop him because referee Harrington is having a word with Routledge and Figueiredo. Samba's getting a bit muddled up. Ooh. And there was a chance there. Samba getting involved in the fisticuffs there. Guay came charging in. How close was this? Oh, very. If Guay, he's 3 yards from goal there. If he can just get any decent contact on that. To be fair to Figueiredo, he comes around the back of him and makes the challenge there. So could have been a corner shout there. Here is Samba, who throws it out to Figueiredo. 84-15 on the clock. Swan up the line. Wins the throw-in. Gives it to Lolly to take, who in turn gives it to Krissy, who is drying the ball. So I'm guessing this one's going in the box, is it? No. He's looking for an option. In it goes from Krissy. The header was won by Lyle Taylor, who looks forlornly away as he's marshalled again by Norton. Just does enough to put him off. And headed up and over. Woodman with the goal kick. Headed away. And Roberts, got a bit lucky there. It's played into Grimes in the 10 position. Grimes, it's a nice looking shot there. It hits the stanchion behind the goal. Not quite enough dip on that one to test Samba, although the line of it looked reasonable. Yeah, just a bit too high. Headed away by McKenna, and a foul given in the centre circle against Lyle Taylor. And of course, I think that's Fulton is going to stay down. Steve Cooper, hands in pockets, watches on. Do I have a Discord server? I don't know what one of those is, but lots of people are telling me about them. I can get one on Patreon, I think. I don't know what that is, though. Forward it goes from Woodman. Everybody stopped. I don't know what the issue is with that. Did he take too long? I think someone got booked there. Freddie Woodman did get booked. So we finally have a yellow card for Swansea. Here is Grimes. Nice ball down the line by Fulton. For Norton, low cross by him. And it's cleared out. Here is Roberts. Deflected. Hit that shot with the left foot there. I think the shot was on target there. Don't think he was expecting to score a header and a left footer today. Connor Roberts. He's already scored the header. That was the left footer. Love the show very much, says Stephen. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your afternoon. Going for lunch. Enjoy your lunch, sir. Thank you, Stephen. Grimes trots slowly over to take the corner. The Swans captain. A couple of steps back from Grimes. Plays it short to Norton and to Bidwell. No interest in getting this into the box. Norton. And they have turned it over. Here comes Krissy. And Lolly. Nearly got in a foot race with Fulton, who does really well, actually. You don't want to get in a foot race with Lolly, who's done well. Referee tried to give an advantage. In the end, Lolly draws the foul. They got a free kick up fairly near the halfway line. Second yellow card now for Swansea. Bits' bet is going to be very close, isn't it? Goodness me. Just the goal lacking. Forest could be in a bit of trouble after the next 4 games. Indeedio. Who was that got booked then? Probably Fulton diving in, or was it Bidwell pulling? I didn't see. Could be either one of them. 2 tackles happened very quickly together there. Jay Fulton. Yellow card. In it goes. Headed on. Lolly. Falls to Lolly, and he is blocked. And it's booted clear by Swansea. And then a very silly attempted pass there by, I think it was Figueiredo, who on the full volley socks it out of play. 89-31 gone. We're about to find out how much stoppage time we are getting in this one. On my last watch along, I predicted 4 and it was 7. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut this time. Here's Roberts with the throw in as we tick over the 90-minute mark. How much stoppage time are we getting? 5 minutes of stoppage time we're going to get. Lyle Taylor heads that back. Should be enough for Forest to launch at least a couple of attacking phases of play. Corner for Forest. Swan wins it. Knockout is going to take with the left foot. In it comes. Oh, Yates is there. Good punch by Woodman. Christie to Knockout. It's going to be another corner. Bit says, come on, Forest. I think the bet wins now if they score. Knockout with the corner. In it comes. Oh, Yates is up. Good header by Bennett, and Lyle Taylor's unhappy, but referee Harrington calls for a free kick. Bits, do it. 91-28 on the clock here. In 5 minutes of stoppage time, Lyle Taylor chuntering away to Ryan Bennett there. It's been a decent battle. At the moment, Bennett is going to come away winning. Cleared there by Swansea. Figueiredo controls, gets it out to Christie. 91-57 of a minimum 95. Christie comes forward to the right. Oh, he slips 2-3 times there. Must be wet down there. And Swansea get it clear. No one up there, but they'll try and push up a little bit. Fulton with a full clearance. Full-blooded there. Boots it down the ground. And Figueiredo gets that one clear. Here's Routledge to Bidwell, who's going to head for the corner and try and win a free kick or a corner. Yates wins that easily off him, and then Bidwell pulls back the shirt. We are coming up 92-57, 58, 59. That's 93 gone. Arter has it in the centre circle. Plays it wide to Christie. Good jump out of the way by referee Harrington there. Christie into the box. Doesn't even make the box. Headed clear by Roberts, the goal scorer. A bit of a lucky bounce there. Hits Ayu in the face, the clearance. And Samba recycles back out. They're going long and direct, Forest. McKenna's now gone up front. He wins the header. And something has been given there. Is it an offside or is it a foul? We shall see. Either way, the ball goes dead and Swansea will take their time. They'll move everybody up the pitch. And that is likely to be the last attacking phase of play for Forest. Ayu has got the man of the match. I might even have been tempted to go with the goal scorer, Roberts. Both of the wing-backs has been good for Swansea. As we tick along, 94-26. 5 minutes, the minimum stoppage time here. Can Forest get it forward one more time? There it goes. Good header by Bennett, who's been very solid at the back for the Swans. But here comes Krissy down the right-hand side. Krissy crosses. We have a corner. That corner was won with 10 seconds of the minimum stoppage time to go. Can they get this in the box? You may as well bring the keeper up for this one. In it goes from Knockout. Oh, Figueiredo is there. It's headed clear. And that is full time. And it's a very serviceable away performance by Swansea. A good win for the Swans. They look very, very nice and solid. They did a job here on Forest. Neither team created much. Both teams look solid defensively. It was a really great leap by Connor Roberts for the goal just before half time. Let's have a look at the numbers and we'll have a look at the live league table before we are done with this stream completely. The numbers tell us 52-48 for the possession in Swansea's favour, 13 shots apiece, 8 corners to 6 in Swansea's favour, 1 big chance to 0. I think that fell to Anthony Knockaert. Roberts with the winner. So a tight game, and tight games fall on fine margins. And it was Sammy Amiobi not tracking a player who is considerably smaller than him to win a header at the back post. That's what got the goal for the Swans. And there is the league table as Knockaert and Ayew chatter away on the pitch. Swansea there, 7 points in the last 3 is excellent. They move on to 26 from 14 into 4th place. They go above Reading and Bristol City into 4th. I think, were they below Brentford? I can't remember. Anyway, they're in 4th. Forest down in 21st position. That is their 3rd straight defeat. And a lot of people have pointed out their next 4 games are to Ricky. They have a good manager. They have a good squad. But they're in 21st with some hard fixtures. And they've just lost 3 on the trot. So not great. Only needed a goal from a Forest side that has scored in the last 6 meetings. There you go, Bits. You win some, you lose some. Bits is bet. Great sport as ever for today. Didn't come in. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will be back at 7 p.m. for the review of round 14. We now know all of the scores. We'll be live at 7 doing that. Come and join me for that. If not tonight, we're back for the preview at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then it's another watch along tomorrow night, 8 p.m. West Ham versus Aston Villa for the Dearly Departed series. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're still here and we're about to say bye, hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you, everybody, for watching. It was Forest 0, Swansea 1. Good win for the Swans. They move up to 4th. And it is an over and out from me. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I'll be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.